Hey folks, it's been a long time since I've made a video, so I apologize. As I mentioned before, once recently had a child who's now 10 months old, so she's like a little human being, and we were out of the country for several months visiting my wife's family in Taiwan, so really weren't many opportunities to make any BookTube videos. Kept on reading tons. Put a little more effort into my written blog, which is at myfriendthereader.blogspot. I'll put the link below. So clearly lots of bookish things going on. Just no time to make BookTube videos. But we are back in Canada now, and I figure I'll try to make some changes. I'm trying to use the YouTube program to film my videos. I still don't know how to edit out of it though, so it might just be a continuous stream of consciousness for the most part, without the flashy graphics or anything like that. Just going to be me talking about books, which I hope people are fine with until I figure out some of the fancier things. One of the things I'd like to do moving forward though is I'm going to try to keep all my videos to 10 minutes max. I know I've made some in the past that have been quite long. I want to try to limit those. I know people's time going through these videos is limited, and especially friends and family who aren't necessarily huge book nerds but want to hear what I have to say about any particular subject. 10 minutes is probably the mark that I'm going to be aiming for. So let's see if I can get to it this time. We're already at minute 45. A couple of things I do want to talk about that I have been doing in terms of books. For the first time, I actually decided to follow and read through the Women's Prize for Fiction, and to go through all 16 of the long-listed books. I almost completed that before the short list was revealed. I had already read 6 prior to the long list being announced, and then I proceeded to read 10 more or 9 more, and I'm almost done the final one. I have been posting either blog posts or on Instagram. I'm going to put the links below that you can take a look to see some of my thoughts. When I'm done the last one, which is entitled Remembered, I'm going to give maybe a short video about how the experience was. I think for the most part it was quite fruitful. I read some amazing books. Valerie Luiselli's Lost Children Archive, brilliant, important, a book that I think people are going to be discussing for a long time. I hope it gets longlisted for the Booker. Freshwater, again, a brilliant book, really delving into issues of sexual identity and non-binary identities, and with almost a magical realist spin to it. Again, great book. So there's definitely some books that I read out of it that I was quite happy to have got into that I may have not delved into as quickly had it not been for the long list. The short list was disappointing though, and I think there's several blog posts that have argued how disappointing those actually were. I'm going to put some links on the, below that people can take a look at, and I'll delve on into that when I do the Women's Prize video, which will be closer to the announcement of the actual winner at the end of this month of May. And lastly, I think a project that I'm going to try to pursue over the next 2 years, because it's going to take at least that long, is a Giller through the ages. Now, I'm Canadian. I don't necessarily focus on Can Lit. I definitely have more of an inclination, or I get drawn in by American Lit more than anything. My undergrad and my master's were actually in American Studies and American History, so that isn't surprising. It's obviously the breadth of literature there, and the amazing talent that comes out of the American literary scene speaks for itself, not to lessen Canada in terms of what we produce. But I decided last year I won a contest where I was given, around the 25th anniversary of the Giller, I was given every single winner over the years, the 25 previous ones, plus I have a copy of this year's winner or last year's winner, Washington Black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to read each one a month. I'm not sure if it's going to be completely possible when I have to delve into these 600-page A Fine Balance and Alias Grace, which I think were the second and third winners. I'm going to start from the beginning of the award and move up to current. It's going to involve some rereading, which I don't usually do, but I think will be a nice different approach. And if any of my friends are interested in doing buddy reads with any of these past winners that they have or have not read, let me know, and I'd love to do that as well. What most excites me though is going back to some of my favorites. Both Alias Grace is my favorite Margaret Atwood book. A Fine Balance is a brilliant book that stands in the canon of great Canadian literature, and so I'm looking forward to getting back to those and doing a second read, and maybe I'll catch things I didn't. So that's about it for now. I've clearly under the 10-minute mark. I'm only at 6. I hope you continue watching my videos or subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I'll be able to make things going forward. I'll talk to you soon. See you later.